Hey everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pinkbucker Designs, and this is my third yummy Christmas project. Isn't it cute? The stamp set is adorable. It has coordinating dies that are called the Cuckoo Clock dies. You can find them in the annual catalog, and another stamp set that coordinates with them. So you could really get a lot out of these dies if you have both stamp sets. But today we're going to just use the Yummy Christmas, and we're going to stamp that gingerbread house and not color it. It's quite a feat coloring that house, but I thought let's come up with a project where we don't have to color it. Inside are Vanilla Bean lip gloss. How cute are those? They're from Bath & Body Works, and they put them on sale quite frequently. So check them out. They make great little gifts that are not candy. Sometimes it's hard to find things that aren't candy. All right, let's get started. Let's make the holder first. You're going to need 2 pieces of soft suede. The first one is 9 1/4 by 2 inches, and we're going to score it at 3/4, 1 1/2, 5 3/4. Let's move these guys out of the way. 6 1/2, 8, and 8 3/4. A lot of scoring, but hop over to my blog. You'll find the PDF under the third photo that has all those measurements. All right, so here's where we here's how we had it on the Simply Scored, the 3/4 to 1 1/2, all the way down here at the end, the second from the last section. We're going to punch a hole right there, okay? Let me show you how it's going to look. That might help you with the visual. This is all going to roll in like this. See how I folded all of that? And this is actually going to fold over like this, okay? So here's that second section. You're going to take a hole punch, and this one is the 3/4 inch punch. You could use the 1 inch and just do, if you do the 1 inch, you can go over that back side so that it's open like that. It'll be big enough. Or you could use a half punch and kind of punch 3 times to make kind of a little clover where that will fit down right in there, okay? Okay, so now let's use a really strong adhesive. You want Tear and Tape, Tombow, or Fast Fuse, and put it on that last tab and roll it up, and we're going to stick it to the back, but we want to make sure that it's square. So before you stick it, look at it from the side and make sure that you've got a nice square section there. Now this looks like this because our cardstock wasn't long enough. We need another piece here, but it wasn't long enough. So I made just a little lip and cut this piece that is 2 by 3 1/2, and we're going to adhere that right there so that it folds down like that, okay? Now let's stamp that cute little gingerbread house, and I actually have it on my Stamparatus from the last project, so let's just do that. And I don't have any of my, let me put my magnets back on the back. I don't have any of my grid sheet for my Stamparatus here, but we'll just use this big one. They make special grid paper just for your Stamparatus, and it's very nice. All right, now maybe I need one of these. Let's see. When we stamp this, it's going to stamp right there. So let's take a look. We want it just kind of centered. It's kind of in the background. Let's see, like that. That looks good. So I'm going to lay that right there. And I'm going to, for some reason this is feeling wobbly down here. I'm not sure what it's sitting on. Let's move the magnet, get that out of the way. And let's just use soft suede. Okay, soft suede ink on soft suede cardstock. Stamp that down. When you use your Stamparatus, you can always pick it up if it didn't stamp well and go back down. You can add ink or just use your palm to really push down in those areas. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to add that to this little lip right here. And one thing I recommend is just to take these corners off so there's nothing sticking out. Put some adhesive there and line that up so that it's on. There you go, right like that, okay? Now I've got a little piece of Shimmer Sparkle glitter paper, and I'm going to put that there. It's 1 1/2 by 2. And we're going to stamp that tree and those gumdrops and put them right here, and that's what that's going to slide behind, okay? Let's put this in here. There we go. Bring over our piece of Whisper White, and we need Memento Black. And we'll do our tree, and we'll do 2 gumdrops. And I'm going to start with my marker for the green. This is Dark Call Me Clover. And I'm going to use the bullet tip so I can be very careful not to go into that red, or hopefully not go over those lights, the little dots. One thing you could do, if this is too tedious for you, you could color right over those dots and just add a few little red rhinestones over those dots. That way you don't have to worry about coloring over them, which I seem to be doing quite a bit this time. If you dot your marker, you have a little bit better control. Just little dots, these tiny, tiny spaces. All right. All around. There we go. Now I'm going to take the light Night of Navy and add that to a few of them. How about Dark Daffodil Delight? And let me grab my Real Red, which seems to have run away. It's on the other tray across the room. Right here. 1, oops, 2. Well, I don't know if that was yellow or if I just colored over that, but that's okay. Now I'm just going to take it and color in one of these adorable little gumdrops. I'm not going to worry too much about any kind of shading. I'm just going to enjoy the beauty of these markers and let them just color that in with no marker lines. That's the best part of these Stampin' Blends, is that they color in so beautifully. You can't see any marker lines like you might with another marker. All right, now, like I mentioned, we have the dies to cut these out. Hooray, we love when we get to use a die or a punch and we don't have to fussy cut. So let's see, we've got the tree. There's the tree right there. And the gumdrop. Let's see, these little magnets, when you're using your magnetic platform, sometimes want to hop around. So move your paper, let it go where the magnet is telling it to go. Let's get those, and we've got to do one more yellow gumdrop. What is your favorite flavor of gumdrops? You know, I think maybe grape is my favorite, the purple. Ooh, my mouth is watering just thinking about those. All right, there we go, 2 gumdrops. Now you could get as crazy as you want with these. You could add 10 gumdrops, however many you want. Now the key here is to stick this down right here where that, see, we want that right there so that it's going to hold that closed. So let's see where we want it, right there, and then we'll straighten that out. There, see how it latches behind there? Like a little latch, and it'll hold it closed. Perfect. Now, a couple more dimensionals. In case you're wondering why my hands are so messy, it's because this is the 3rd video I have filmed today with the Stamparatus, and the Stamparatus always makes me a big mess. Let's see, let's put one behind the tree like that. There we go, so fun. Okay, now bring back our white piece. Let's see, we're going to actually cut out these words. Let's see, what inks do I want to use? We're going to use, whoop, more ink on my fingers. We're going to use this one. Now, I want you to notice one thing that you could do. 'Tis the season, and you could stamp this yummy right in the middle. But I'm going to cut them apart and kind of put them going down. See how I did that? So I'm actually going to stamp the yummy over here on the side. And my Real Red is over there on the tray with the Real Red Stampin' Blend. So we're just going to go with Cherry Cobbler, you guys. I hope you don't mind. Now I'm just going to trim this. You can use your new trimmer if you've got the new Stampin' Trimmer. It's awesome. And I'm just going to cut these out so that they're just little strips. Okay. You want them just the size of the word. Now, let's see. We're going to start, why don't we start with yummy. 'Tis the yummy season. Now, which one has the words? One of these is blank. All right. I can't tell. Let's get our mini dimensionals, and I feel like that maybe that top one is a little bit too skinny for a mini dimensional. 'Tis the yummy, and I think I'm actually going to trim this in half. So now it's a micro dimensional. Not a mini, but a micro. There we go. Put that right there. So see how we've used that stamp, that adorable gingerbread stamp, but we didn't have to spend 10 minutes coloring it in because it's in the background, right? So that's another way for you to use this stamp. Some of us really enjoy coloring, but sometimes we just need something quick, right? Especially if we've got to make maybe 20 or 30 of them. And this is one way you can use this stamp without spending hours coloring 20 or 30 gingerbread houses. All right, get your twine even and straight, and you are done. That's pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. Those trees and gumdrops take you no time at all. Notice here this is lighter in the background. That's because when I made this one, I stamped the ink off first and then stamped it, so that it was just a light layer of ink. But here I did full strength, and I think I might like the full strength one better. You guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Make sure you hop back over to my blog to get the PDF with the measurements and the supply list. And you can check out the other 2 projects that I did with the same stamp set. And let me know if you have any questions. You guys have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.